In this video, we're going to talk about 3.4, Objective 5, where we find slopes and equations of tangent lines for functions involving products and quotients. I'm going to focus on the derivative and the equation of the tangent line part, and I'll let you do the graphing in your graphing calculator, given the window that they give you for the problem. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the right answer for that. So if y is equal to 7x over x minus 1, and we're interested at x is equal to 2, then y of 2 is equal to 7 times 2 is 14 over 2 minus 1 is 1. And that's 14 for my y value, giving me a point of tangency of 214. Y prime of x is going to be derivative of the top times the bottom minus derivative of the bottom times the top, all over the bottom squared. I'm going to go ahead and stick in 2. That's going to give me 7 times 1 minus 1 times 14 over 1 squared is 7 minus 14 over 1. So negative 7 over 1 is a negative 7 for my slope of my tangent line. Y minus my y value is equal to my slope of my tangent line times x minus my x value. Y minus 14 is a negative 7x plus 14. And I add 14 to both sides to get this into slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 7x plus 28. The curve and the tangent line are correct in option B there for the given window. Let's go ahead now and look at number 2. Y is equal to x times 27x to the negative second plus 1. And my a is equal to a negative 3 here. So y of negative 3 is equal to a negative 3 times 27 over 9 plus 1. Negative 3 times 3 plus 1. So negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12. And that gives me the point negative 3, negative 12 to use later. Y prime is of x is equal to derivative of the first part, leave the second part alone, plus leave the first part alone, take the derivative of the second part. That's going to be 27x to the negative second plus 1 minus 54x to the negative second, being negative 27x to the negative second plus 1 for my derivative. Y prime of negative 3, negative 27 over 9 plus 1 is a negative 3 plus 1 is a negative 2 for my slope. Y minus my y value of negative 12 is equal to my slope of negative 2 times x minus my x value of negative 3. Y plus 12 equals negative 2x minus 6. Subtract 12 from both sides. Y is equal to a negative 2x minus 18. This did not give me y equals, so make sure to include it. And that is option C. For number 3, they give us 2 different points. Sorry, 2 different functions here. So it's kind of a little different. So at x equals 5, f of 5, which we're going to need, is going to be given to us as 2. F prime of 5 is given to us as 3. G of x is x squared times f of x. So g of 5 is 25 times f of 5 is 25 times 2 is 50. G prime of x is going to be 2x times f of x plus x squared times f prime of x. So G prime of 5 is 10 times f of 5 plus 25 times f prime of 5 is 10 times 2 plus 25 times 3. That's 20 plus 75 is 95. And that gives me a tangent line of y minus 50 equals m times x minus 5. Y minus 50 equals 95x minus 25 or 75. Add 50 to both sides. And y is equal to 95x minus 425. Y equals 95x minus 425. Now we're given h of x is equal to f of x divided by x minus 6. So h of 5 is going to be f of 5 over 5 minus 6 is, let's see, f of 5 is 2 divided by a negative 1, that's negative 2, giving me the 0.5 negative 2 for later. H prime of x will be f prime of x times x minus 6 minus 1 times f of x over x minus 6 quantity squared. So h prime of 5 is f prime of 5 is 3 times a negative 1 minus 1 times f of 5 is 2 over a negative 1 squared. That gives me negative 3 minus 2 over 1 is a negative 5 over 1 is a negative 5 for my slope. So y minus my y1 is equal to m times x minus my x1. Y plus 2 equals negative 5x plus 25. Subtract 2 from both sides, and I get y equals negative 5x plus 23. All right. Look now at number 4. Given the equation y equals a cubed over x squared plus a squared, where a is a constant, and this is called the which of Agnes. So let a equal to 2 here, meaning this is going to be 8 over x squared plus 4 for our problem. And then we want to find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 3. So normally we'd call that a, but we already used a in our formula. So y of 3 is equal to 8 over 9 plus 4. It's 8 over 13, giving us the 0.3, 8 over 13. Y prime of x is equal to derivative of the top times the bottom minus derivative of the bottom times the top all over the bottom squared. This piece is 0, so y prime of x is a negative 16x over x squared plus 4 quantity squared. Y prime of 3 is going to be a negative 48 over 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 squared is 169. And so y minus 8 over 13 equals negative 48 over 169 times x minus 3. Just to get ready, since we're going to have a denominator of 169 here, y minus, that's 24, 8m2 is 10, so that's 104 over 169 is equal to a negative 48 over 169 plus, that's 24, 12, 14, 144 over 169. Going to add 104 over 169 to both sides. And that's going to be y equals negative 48 over 169x plus 248 over 169. And that comes out to be C when you graph it on the graphing calculator. All right. For number 5, so we have a function y equals h of x at x equals 3, and its tangent line tangent to h of x at x equals 3 is y equals negative 3x plus 13 tells me that that should mean that h prime of 3 is negative 3. It also tells me that if I want to make this minus 13 equals negative 3x, and I want to get x minus 3, then I need to add 9 to both sides. I get y minus 4 equals negative 3 times x minus 3, so h of 3 is equal to 4. I think they might have told us that in the problem. They did not. So I might need to find the equation of the tangent line of the following curves. So for part A, y equals x squared minus 2x times h of x. And so that means that y of 3 is 9 minus 6 is 3 times h of 3 is 3 times 4 is 12. And y prime of 3 is going to be derivative of the first part times the second part. Let's just call this x plus derivative of the second part times the first part. So y prime of 3 is 6 minus 2 is 4. h of 3 is 4, h prime of 3 is -3, and 9 minus 6 is 3. So that's 16 minus 9 is 7. So y sorry, y minus 12 is equal to 7 times x minus 3, minus 12 is equal to 7x minus 21, add 21, add 12 to both sides, is y is equal to 7x minus 9. That's only the first half of that problem. So part B says y equals h of x times x plus 4, and we're still at x equals 3. So y of 3, h of 3 times 7 is, each of 3 was 4, times 7 is 28. Oh, there's division there. Let me write it this way then. There we go. So that gives me 3, 4 over 7. And so y prime of x is derivative of the top times the bottom minus derivative of the bottom times the top all over the bottom squared. Y prime of 3. It's going to be h prime of 3, which was -3, times 7 minus h of 3 was 4. All over 7 squared is 49. It's -21 minus 4 over 49 is a -25 over 49 for my slope. So that means y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And I would love to leave it like that, but I don't think I should. Let's add 28 over 49 to both sides. Y equals -25 over 49x plus 103 over 49. All right. Just a couple more problems here. So for f, we have f prime of 4 is 5. We have f of 0 is 2. So let's see, that means that this one is, do they give us the point of tangency? Suppose the line graph tangent to the graph is, so f of 4 is, f of 4 is, should have the same value. That should be 22. I don't even need to figure that out. So for g prime of 4 is 3, and g of 4 is 12 minus 1 is 11. Excellent. Okay, so I have the 0.422, and I have the 0.411 here to think about. I want now y equals f of x times g of x. So y of 4 is going to be 22 times 11. 2 times 11 squared is 2 times 121 is 242. Y prime of x is f prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x. F prime of 4 is 5 times 11 plus 22 times 3 is 55 plus 66 is 121. So y minus 242 equals 121 times x minus 4. Y minus 242 equals 121. X minus 484. Add 242 to both sides. Y equals 121x minus 242. Let's look now at the division problem. Y equals f of x divided by g of x. So y of 4 is equal to 22 over 11 is 2. Y prime of x is f prime times g minus g prime times f all over g of x squared. So y prime of 4 is going to be 5 times 11 minus 3 times 22 over 11 squared. 55 minus 66 is negative 11 over 11 times 11 is a negative 1 over 11 for my slope. Y minus 2 is equal to negative 1 over 11 times x minus 4. Y minus 22 over 11 is negative 1 over 11x plus 4 over 11 at 22/11 to both sides. Y equals -1/11x plus 26/11. Right? Last problem for this video. I know this is an extra one that's really just in my math lab, and um, the equation of the tangent line that they give here, they give in point slope form at the end. I'm going to go all the way down to slope intercept form. The point they give me is 5, 1. That's very nice, so I don't have to try and figure that out. My derivative here is derivative of the top times the bottom minus derivative of the bottom times the top, all over the bottom squared. So y prime at 5 is going to be 9 times 25 plus 20. It's 2 times 5 times 45 over 25 plus 20 squared. Y prime of 5 is 9 times 45 minus 10 times 45 over 45 times 45. I see the common factor of 45 everywhere. 9 minus 10 is a -1 over 45 for my slope. So y minus 1 equals m times x minus x1. And we have this is the way that the answer is given. For some reason in my math lab, I don't like that. So I'm going to simplify all the way down. Y equals -1 over 45x plus 5 over 45 is 1/9 plus 9 over 9. Y equals -1 over 45x plus 10 over 9. All right, that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we'll talk about 3.4 Objective 6. See you for the next video.